You know what? Fair enough. That's fair enough. Though you're alive, yes?
Yeah.
Come back. That is true. Why should that be any different? Why would I be expecting anything else? It's for the peasants. It's like, I need some rules lawyers. Wanted to ask about your dead man switches, which I would love to assume that they were sent out at random. I would 100% love to assume that, or at least partially random. However, the one that you sent me, man, that hit right on the fucking head. And I have to be a little bit. There's only so much of a coincidence before it's like, I don't know if that's a coincidence anymore.
Hang on.
Talking about the file. Because it just so happened that the file that you sent me had the phrase of chase the sun, the wind made flesh. And God, it's been 2-3 years now. But she's not around anymore, but you can never forget the sound of someone that's broken and that's hurt and that's calling for help.
Bell's asshole.
And just begging for any relief. It's not something you can forget. Well, I mean, there wasn't any reason to dwell on it. She was gone eventually. But I don't know, like you said, voices, they don't have to abide by their own rules, and so now it's difficult to even try to categorize them and try to classify them to even do anything or predict how they will act, because they'll just go ahead and turn the other way. I don't think I could do anything anymore, unquestioningly. Well, I just can't afford to do things blindly anymore, so shouldn't have done in the first place. If Chase the Sun was anything that she had been described as, and the opposite of that fucker, then I think she would have been one of the only voices I would have been okay with. To be fair, whatever's fair ground is up to the person's opinion, but I like the idea of people playing fair, if that makes sense. It's one way to phrase it. But yeah, really very cool. So, well, the parasites, at the end of the day, they can't live without us. They make us and we make them. That's at least what I've gotten from all the lack of information I've been able to get in regards to voices outside of Redacre. They die and are born every other day. And whoever's in Redacre at the moment...
You know, it's in the name.
Well, there's a jumping theory around if you're interested in regards towards, I think, I don't know, that because yo, doubt beyond measure. Oh, it's a painful little circle when you try to doubt everything, especially with what the fucking voices can do to our heads and our beliefs and how we perceive things, which is absolutely nuts. And it's all epistemology bullshit that I'm not appreciating at the moment, but Ouroboros. Talking about a snake eating its own ass, very briefly. Suppose all the voices know how not to do that. Fucking asshat's pretty adamant about not going after himself, or that's just not a thing. You can't. What do you say? You can't hunt yourself or something?
Hold on.
Not with that fucking attitude.
Oh, there's a copy, he will.
He's a copy?
Is he gonna, like, perform mitosis?
Yo!
Why did that worked?
Which is interesting to think about that, because then Daifuru comes up, and he's a voice that actively encourages dying, and then he proceeded to do so himself, which is very, like, how does that work? Jesus.
It's a club
Smash him.
episode.
Always coming back to the voices. We think they're going to act one way, we think they should behave in this way in sort and form, and then they don't. Which is incredibly human of them, don't get me wrong. But it's still very annoying. Stay awake. Alright. Let's do the mission. I didn't record. I don't know if your recordings are in at all.